Today, friends, we are going to upgrade an old laptop with Puppy Linux using a USB stick. So let's get cracking. Friends, we're going to start this at the Puppy Linux forum. I highly recommend it. There will be a link in the description. I do also want to highlight places to check. Beginner's help is one of my favorites. There is also an instructional how-to. This is a fantastic place to answer all your questions. Today, though, we want to find a version of Puppy Linux, so I'm going to go back to the board index, and I'm going to go to the Puppy distros. As you can see, there are a ton to pick from. After you see this video, you'll see how easy it is to bounce between them. Today, I'm going to use F96CE. This is the stable release. And if we scroll down just a little ways, we can find places to find it. I'm going to use this download link right here. Once the page loads, I'm going to simply click download. As you can see, pretty darn fast, took less than a minute. I'm saving mine in my downloads folder, and as you can see, I did it once before, so this time I'm just going to hit cancel. Next up, we're going to add it to a USB drive. We're going to do that with a tool called Rufus. I have found Rufus to be pretty fantastic, so that's why I'm showing you today. I do want to highlight, if you see things on the outside, those are not where you really want to be. Instead, you want to scroll all the way to the bottom and find Rufus 4.6 and download that to your computer. The download only takes a moment. I'm going to double click to launch it. I'm going to tell it yes. I'll let it check for updates, and this is what it looks like when it launches. Now currently I've got an SD card plugged in. Instead, I'm going to plug in a 2 gig USB drive. That is what was on the drive. I'm just going to minimize it. I'm going to swap to the drive. There's my 2 gig. Now I'm going to find that ISO image. Remember, it was my downloads, and I want to use the F96CE today. Once we have it open, I'm going to keep all of these, and I'm simply going to hit start. It wants to double check and see which mode we're going to use. I'm going to use the recommended, and we're going to let it go. I ask about this at the Puppy Linux forum. It is not something we necessarily need to worry about, so I'm just going to click OK. It also mentions it has to download files. I'm going to tell it yes and let it do it. And now it reminds us, hey, it's going to wipe out the 2 gig disk. I don't care. That's what I want. Click the button and just wait for it all to happen. All right, so here we are. This audio is being re-recorded because the family was being loud behind me. Power on. You do need to find the boot menu on your PC. You may have to use keys up there. As you can see, it'll likely be a combination of keys up here, maybe delete or F2, that lets you get into your BIOS so it boots like this. Notice I am just going to simply press enter. Yours will likely continue, but I'm pressing 0 to not load any of the pup saves that I used to have on this laptop. This laptop does have an SSD, so this all happened pretty quick. The entire boot process you see here took about 60 seconds. I'm going to make my life a little easier by plugging in a mouse. And then these are the steps I always follow. Of course, set up my time zone. Right now I do not have it connected to the internet, so I'm going to just hit OK. These do not show up when you start. Let me show you how to quickly get these so they appear. You can hear that the sound did connect. We're going to just go to Desktop JWM. These are settings that I prefer. It's up to you if you want to do these. I'm going to quickly make the background blue. I find it more pleasant. You can check all of them. I'm going to just stick with that. Exit this. I'm going to set different icons. I don't appreciate the gray that much, so I'm going to just switch to the mocha and hit quit. And then I'm also going to go to the window and the buttons. And if I switch the theme from whatever it is currently to Ubuntu, all of a sudden we can see the little things we expect, like those X's and the minimize and the roll up. And don't forget, you can always roll with your scroll wheel too, which I think is super cool. I'm going to hit quit. I'm going to wipe out the old hard drive. System, Gparted. It's an internal Kingston. Tell it OK. Right click, delete. Right click, delete. Check mark, apply. close, right click, new. I need a FAT32 for booting. I'm going to label it boot. And I'm going to change it to 250 meg. And add it. I'm going to take the unallocated and make it an ext4, all the space, and I'm going to call it Linux. And I'm going to add it. We're going to hit the check mark, apply it, close it, and then I want to take this one, the boot, and I want to manage the flags. I want to make it bootable, just like that. I'm going to hit close and close. Notice they blink and go away. Now I'm going to right click. Let's go to setup and we're going to use disk pup. This is the smallest frugal installer. It is so slick. We are going to create it off this, which means the USB we put in. We're going to tell it okay. I want the Linux to show up on my Linux drive. Of course, I missed a letter. Oh well. You could make special folders. I am not. I'm going to just put it on that entire drive. And then we need boot to be on SDA1. And we're going to click OK. A quick double check and tell it OK. Just wait a moment for those files to copy. And after a few minutes, it's completed. I'm going to tell it OK. Right click, leave. I'm going to shut it all the way down. I am going to save it. It double checks to see where it can save it. I do want to put it on SDA2. That is what we said a moment ago. I'm choosing no encryption. Put it in a folder. Tell it OK. And I'm going to call this FOSS96. And tell it OK. Yes, save. And just wait for the system to power down. Now we can unplug it, power it on. Up it comes. This was a 20-second chunk that I sped up with video editing. Notice next boot will be faster, even though this one is already cooking. This stretch took 44 seconds, but once again I sped it up with video skills as well. Bingo, we're in. First thing I'm going to do is connect to the internet. Of course, if you had a LAN cable, it would already be connected. I'm going to have to find an internet here. Once you type in your passphrase and hit apply, check it out. Internet connected. I'm going to turn on the firewall. Notice you can right click and I'll do firewall setup and apply it. Just like that, Puppy Linux is installed. You have a boatload of apps built in that you can work with, and your computer is back to life. Friends, as I wrap up, I hope you found the video useful and you're able to bring all your old computers back to life. I also want to quickly thank my supporters on Patreon. Absolutely love how that community is growing. Don't forget you can check the links in the description. Finally, friends, I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget, every time you hit that like button, share a video, add a comment, or hit subscribe, you're helping HLModTech get just a little bit bigger, which absolutely makes my day. And of course, friends, have a glorious day and keep tinkering.